Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video and another one in a series in which I'm taking a closer look at the full body of work of David Bowie. And today I'm going to be talking about another live album. David Bowie at the Kit Kat Club in New York in 1999 during his Hours tour. And this is a pretty recent release. I think, yeah, it was released in 2021 exclusively on David Bowie's website, and these records were selling out fast. It was released on the same day as this one from the same tour, and I'm gonna compare it a bit to the show Something in the Air in Paris because, yeah, same tour and both sound stunningly good audio wise. I wanted to buy them both on that day because they were selling out fast, so I put a alarm on my telephone. The moment it would go online, I would try to buy it in the store. I was actually out for a run. I got the alarm. I stopped running, was in the middle of the park, and I was trying to order this record online. And I failed because this one was sold out and I could buy the other one. So I did because I also love that record. I thought my chances had flown away to get this record, but about a year ago, I was in the Fnac in Bordeaux in France, and then suddenly, at the lowest shelves, at the name of David Bowie, I saw Kit Kat Club. I thought it's a site exclusive, but perhaps Fnac had some deal, and I was still able to buy one for about 30 or 35 bucks. Not so expensive as I would have imagined. Now, took it home. I listened to it. I'll show you a bit of the packaging. I think this artwork is very nicely done. I like the texture of the sleeve. Some pictures. Pictures are somewhat cheap. Actually, very cheap. This you can see there's a flash used, and that's not complimentary. This one is actually out of focus and it's not sharp. So, would you say this is not a quality release? Absolutely not, because the sound here is stunning. The mix is pretty good, although the sound of the piano is relatively loud on this pressing, but not problematic. It's just I'm nitpicking here because I am allowed to do a review. Overall, the show and this tour have been pretty well available in release. There's the Something in the Air show, which I really love. It's one of my favorite live shows. There is the VH1 Storyteller show. I'll be doing a video about that show in a week, and the sound of that is also stunning. So this tour actually has 3 very good live recordings. So what makes this stand out, and does it stand out? It does stand out. Yet, I have to say, it does not stand out like other Bowie releases of the same tour. Hear me out. David Bowie could dramatically or drastically change a set list during a tour, or just drastically change the attitude. For example, with the Diamond Dogs tour, you have 3 different releases of that, and the first release is something completely different than the last release of the tour, in which he just changed the tour and the idea of the Diamond Dogs tour into a soul tour. When you listen to Ziggy Stardust, an early Ziggy Stardust show versus one at the last of the Ziggy Stardust tour, Aladdin Sane changed the set list. The playing is so different. The idea between an American show and a British show, they are different. Having a final show or an early show, all these things. If you buy 2 Bowie live albums from the same tour, chances are you will have 2 completely different shows. And this is the first one that isn't fully the case, because the mentality and the idea has remained the same, though the VH1 Storyteller show is, of course, a show for television and you have a lot more talking there, but the set list overlaps now and then. The only thing that really is different here is the second disc, because you notice Bowie made the biggest setlist changes during that second disc, going for some more energetic songs in a certain way, and I'll dive into that a bit later on in this video. biggest difference is his vocal performance. Because I think comparing this to the Paris show or the VH1 show, David Bowie does not give the same kind of quality performance voice wise. It's not a bad performance, it's a very good performance. But his voice was so pure and so relaxed in those other shows. Technically, he was just more there. The other thing is, though, what we get in return is he's definitely more energetic here. And I think that also may be the difference here. Sometimes if Bowie performing live feels he has to pump it up, there comes this tension on his voice, and because of the tension, you hear noticeable in a song like China Girl in a certain way, always crashing in the same car, that it's just not as solid as on the other shows. Don't really matter. It's not problematic. He's still a great performer. Now, for me, if you compare the set lists, both are opening with Life on Mars, Thursday's Child, or Something in the Air. Side 1 is practically the same. Then, while this one starts with China Girl and you get Can't Help Thinking About Me, and then Always Crashing in the Same Car, this also has Word on a Wing in between, and China Girl and Can't Help Thinking About Me switched around. So the first disc, setlist wise, though a minor difference, is kind of like the same. Then we go to Survive, Stay, and 7. Same thing here. Survive, Stay, and 7. Only this one has Drive in Saturday. Not so many differences, but then the last couple of songs is where this record stands out as definitely a different show. Because with Changes, the Pretty Things Are Going to Hell, it just says Pretty Things here, but it's The Pretty Things Are Going to Hell. And Afraid of Americans, he does end on a much more powerful note, where during this show I thought that The Pretty Things Are Going to Hell is not working perfect. Rebel might not have been the best ending, and although I love I Can Read, it didn't feel at the right place. Here he builds more towards an energetic show, and The Pretty Things Are Going to Hell here it's the best version of that song I've heard him perform live. It's stunningly good. And then he does Afraid of Americans, and that is also, for me, the defining live version of that song. In this quality also, because the quality of this recording and this pressing is just very, very good, especially if you take a look at the first entrances in this brilliant live adventure series. Afraid of American, he nails. It is just, everyone in the band is enjoying it so much. It is really, really good. So, overall, this is a great release, a great live album, and I can't wait to puzzle my head over where to put it when I'm gonna do the David Bowie live albums ranking. It's gonna be tough. I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.